Hey, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Those of you watching the replay, just give me a minute, probably less than a minute. If you want to fast forward through this, I won't be offended. Just trying to get something straight here. Okay, there's something on my screen. I don't know why it's there. That looks okay, great. All right. Hey, 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 wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Where I am, which is in Texas, it is Tuesday evening. It's a little after 8, about 8:12. And I am doing good. All right. So, you guys, I want to talk about what is really holding you back? What is really the problem? What's really blocking your success? And I think the title I did for this video is What's Really Blocking Your Success on YouTube. And while this certainly can refer to YouTube, this can refer to just about anything in life. If you want to keep it within the social media realm, it could apply to other platforms. It could be what's really blocking your success on TikTok, what's really blocking your success on Instagram, what's really blocking your success on LinkedIn. It could be what's really blocking your success in terms of your career. If you're wanting a promotion, if you want another job, if you want to go after a really big goal, it could apply to a number of things. But I am going to really kind of hone in on being a content creator, working for yourself, essentially doing something that requires some risk. Now, this could apply, as I said before, within you working for someone else as well, because you may be in leadership or you may want to be in leadership. You may want to get a promotion, as I mentioned before. You may want to take on more responsibility. So it can apply to that as well. But it's really anything. It could apply to authors out there or aspiring authors. If you want to write a book, or you say you want to write a book, but you ain't writing, yeah. So it really refers to anything that requires you take some risk, anything that requires you to get out of your comfort zone, for you to be uncomfortable rather than comfortable all the damn time. Yes. So before I jump into this further, in case you do not know me, if you are new around here, hello, welcome, great to have you. I am Rachel Thibodeau. Right now, I'm on YouTube, but it's possible you may see this elsewhere because this may be repurposed. This may be shared by someone. So wherever you are seeing this, I do thank you for watching. I appreciate your time because I don't take people's time, nor, of course, do I take my own time for granted, or I try not to. I think time is our most precious resource, definitely more than money and just about anything else out there, because everything else comes down to time. So whether you watch all of this, whether you watch 5 minutes of this, I do appreciate it. However, you're going to miss a lot if you only watch 5 minutes. Okay. And not saying that it's going to be long, but yeah, you should watch longer than 5 minutes. So I am currently streaming from my YouTube channel, Brand Sell Profit, Brand Sell Profit, Brand Sell Profit. If you are not already subscribed, I invite you to do so, especially if you are a content creator, especially a reluctant content creator. You have a service business, or you're a service provider, you're an expert, you are a disruptor, someone looking to disrupt the status quo, then this is the place for you to be. Especially if you're looking to build your brand, grow and monetize your brand by leveraging effective digital strategies. That is what we really work on around here. I've been in business over 11 years now. I run a consultancy called SWAG, Strategy Solutions, where SWAG is not just cool, but it is also an acronym that stands for Strategic Women Achieve Growth. All right. So I could tell you more about me, but you can find that out. You can look in the description. You can look at my LinkedIn profile, my Instagram, yada, yada, yada. I want to really get into what the topic is this evening. Okay. I like saying evening like that, this evening. So there is no doubt that a number of you, and again, especially if you fall into those groups that I just mentioned, content creator, digital marketer, service business owner, service provider, you may think what you really need to grow your business, to grow your following, to grow your bottom line. You may need that you may think that um, you may think that you need to learn Facebook ads, how to market better, how to do organic marketing better, or it could be paid marketing. You may think that you may need to learn more tech. So some of you are like, I'm just not as tech savvy as I need to be, and tech moves so fast, and all this AI, and I need to get with it. I need another certification. You may think that you need more education. So that may come in the form, or you may think it comes in the form of a certification, a degree, or another degree. It could be you think you need a bigger following, especially online, right? Because there's a lot going on online. Social media continues to be a dominating force, at least in many of our lives. Not everybody, there are some exceptions, but for the most part, most of us are on social media, really tuned in to social media. So you may think, I need to grow my following. I need more followers. I need more subscribers. If you're here on YouTube, certainly, and you're trying to get monetized, and you're small, quote unquote, small YouTuber, you haven't reached 1,000 subscribers yet, or maybe you're not anywhere close to reaching that 4,000 watch hours, then you may think, it's just about, I just need to get more subscribers. I just need to get more people to watch my videos and for longer. All of those things may have crossed your mind, or maybe some of those things have crossed your mind, and you've convinced yourself that is the problem. If you can just fix whatever one of those reasons is that I just mentioned, fill in the blank, and it could be something else that I didn't mention, but you think it's something outside of you. You think it's something else, something you need to get, something you need to do, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I'm not saying that none of those things matter. I'm not saying that by doing any of that I just mentioned, that it could help. Like it probably would, probably wouldn't hurt necessarily. But I'm here to tell you that it's very possible. I don't know absolutely for sure, because I don't know y'all completely, but I suspect that it's not really that your biggest problem, what's really holding you back, the big block, the what will really be a game changer, what will really move the needle in terms of you getting from where you are to where you want to be, is not any of that stuff. And I know some of you are probably thinking I'm going to say mindset. Mindset does certainly come into this, but I'm going to go even beyond that. Many of you take time for granted. You take time for granted. And notice earlier, I said, when I was thanking you for watching, for being here, I said, because I try not to, and I don't take y'all's time for granted, which is very true. Sometimes, though, I'm guilty, but I try not to do that. And I've realized that what looks like just procrastination, what looks like putting putting things off, what looks like starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping, not finishing what you start. All of that, the gurus, the life coaches, some therapists, all they will say that is a mindset thing. It has to do with mindset. Yeah. But at the core of that often is you just don't value time. You just don't realize how really precious time is. A lot of us, and I include myself in this because it is still something I'm working on. I'm not completely on the other side of this. A number of us, we act like, we operate like we have all the time in the world. Like we know that, and we might, I don't know. I'm a Gen Xer, all right? Some of you are also Gen Xers. Some of you are millennials. Some of you are Gen Z. So if you're in your 20s, 30s, you probably believe you have 40, 50 plus years to be on this earth, and you may very well. I'm just going to say 50-ish. And I believe early 50-ish. I believe I still have a good amount of time to be on this earth. But at the end of the day, we don't know that for sure unless, God has whispered in your ear and actually told you this. We don't really know. But why do we act like, many of us, we act like we have plenty of time. We act like we know we have another decade, another 20 years. We act like sometimes we have another year. Like, how often do we start out a new year and we're all optimistic and we're disciplined for maybe a few weeks, and then sometimes before the end of January or before the end of February, we have fallen off, we have slacked up, and we don't really hold ourselves accountable. And it's just like, yeah, well, I'll get to it. I'll get back on track. Whatever you tell yourself you're going to do when you really don't even intend to really do that. And why? Because whether you say it or not, it comes out, you're kind of thinking, I'll get to it. I have time. I'll get around to it. Well, y'all, you don't know if you have time. You really don't. And I'm just reminded of this, and I'm reminded of this more and more. And I don't want to be all morbid, but I do want to get through to you. Lately, there's so much going on, especially just here in the good old US of A, really globally. There's a lot going on. But when you look at, the news and losses that we've had recently, and just, everyone dying is not in their 70s and 80s and older, you guys. You probably know that, but in case you need a reminder, no, they're not. Planes are crashing and catching fire and all kind of crazy ass stuff going on with planes, and not to mention just the other uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty going on right now. And so there really is no guarantee that you will be able to accomplish this huge goal or go after this big dream that you say you have, that you claim that it's really important to you. There's no guarantee that you'll have another year to do that. You'll have another 5 years, have another 10 plus years to do that. And even if you do, here's the kicker. And I learned this almost 10 years ago at a conference. Here's the thing. Even if you get another 10 years, 20 years, 30 or more years, it goes by like that. Like that. And I learned that, and I guess I've really been reminded of that several times since hearing it. And I suppose I knew it when I heard it, but it was the way the message was delivered, and it was just something about that time, and it has stayed with me. But I was at a conference once before, a business conference, and this has been almost, about 10 years ago. This was probably 2015. I'm pretty sure. It may have even been 2014, but I'm pretty sure it was 2015 because it was in the summer. And I was actually in Dallas, which is where I'm from, or DFW. I was there, but I live in, as well as I did then, I live in Houston. And so my family, who is mostly from DFW as well, but we go back and forth because we had some family. Notice I said had because there were more, not really anymore, but had some family here in the Houston area as well. And it was kind of funny because I was actually in Dallas for that conference, and the family reunion that year was in Houston. So it was kind of, switched, at least for me. But I'm at this business conference, and some of you, especially as Black professionals, Black business owners, you may be familiar with George Fraser, Dr. George Fraser. He is an author, he's a coach, a speaker, and he has done a conference for I don't know how long, 20, 25 years or so, the Power Networking Conference, I believe it's called. And I attended that back in, I believe, 2015. And I just will never forget his opening speech the first night. And, he talked about a few things, and, really did a good job motivating us and getting us, really prepared, feeling good about the conference, and, yada, yada. But something he said that I just thought was so profound. He said he was really grateful to be there, to still be, feeling good, because even then, mind you, this was like 10 years ago. And I do believe Dr. Fraser is still with us. But then 10 years ago, he was saying that he was really glad to be there, to still be there, to be able to, do the things he does at that, at that time, because he was in his early 70s then. If I'm not mistaken, he was like 73 then. He shared that. And then he said, yeah, I stand here before you and I'm 73, and I've been really blessed and fortunate, and been able to do what I love in my life, and all of this. He said, but wow, it's gone by quickly. Wow, it's gone by fast. And it was so quiet when he said that. And y'all, this is a large conference. So this room, where where this kind of opening ceremony was going on, I mean, there were probably at least a few hundred people in that room, and that wasn't even everyone who was in attendance, but I would say 300 to 400, maybe more, but at least about 300 or so in that room. And I mean, you could barely hear a pin drop. It was just so quiet, because I think that really resonated with a lot of us. And it's just like, wow, because you're looking at this guy who didn't necessarily look his age, I mean, in shape, all of that, but gray hair. And if you know him, and if you've kind of followed him, you know that, yeah, he's been around a while. And yeah, he at that time was in his early 70s. And to hear someone that age say that it goes by fast. And that may not be anything new to some of you. Maybe you have heard someone say that as well. Maybe you've read that. Maybe your own mother or father or aunt or mentor, or maybe you have said that as well. I don't know. But really think about that and let that sink in. Time goes by quickly. And whether it goes by quickly, whether it's short, it could be both. Think about that. Marinate on that. But even if it's not short, the thing is, if you get 100 years, it probably won't feel like it because it's going to go by fast. So all these excuses that you're making, from I'm too old to I just don't have enough time to I just need a bigger following. I don't know enough people. Enough people don't know me. Um, I'm too concerned about what people think, and if my family may see me, and this one may see me, and what are they gonna think? And my classmate over here, and they may all this crap. I need y'all to stop, because in the bigger scheme of things, none of that matters. These people, even including your family, unless it's somebody in your household who is responsible for you, not necessarily even who you are responsible for, if they're responsible for you. If it's the other way around, they don't have too much to say, especially if we're talking about kids. And I'm not saying that you should totally be insensitive to your kids. I'm not saying that, you don't want to intentionally, I guess, embarrass your kids, or at least not for the wrong reasons. But you being on social media, or you doing something that you really enjoy and something that you feel passionate about, and more importantly, that you feel led to do, I'm talking to my fellow people of faith, you are being obedient to God and doing something, well, then you don't need to worry about even what your kids think, what mama, daddy, best friend, classmate who you haven't seen in 25 years. You don't need to worry about any of that. That's so unimportant. But all of that, because I hear it. I know, because I hear it and I see it. I hear it from some clients. I hear it and see it from others in my network. All those reasons and more are what holds people back. And all of that is rooted in ego, in self. You're more concerned about you being uncomfortable, you feeling a certain kind of way, you concerned about what someone else thinks, when you really need to be concerned about, again, what does God say? What does God want you to do? And then what do you want to do? And realize you don't have an unlimited amount of time to do that. So that's what I really wanted to point out. Yes, it is a mindset thing, but it can be broken down and really simplified to, you need to realize time is of the essence. You need to come to appreciate time. Sometimes when we talk about mindset, that's it's a broad thing. It's a thing with layers. Sometimes you have to peel that back and really dive into, okay, what's going on up here, and is this because of things in my childhood? Is this because of this or that? You can do all of that, but sometimes it doesn't even require that much thought and reflection. Sometimes it's just a matter of, you need to realize your time is precious, and you are really on God's time. He's given all of us some time, whether you believe that or not. You may not believe that. I believe that. A number of people in my network, and I know a number of my subscribers believe that. So you just have to realize the time is now. The time is now. And once you realize that, once you really realize that, and you commit, let me say that again, you commit to doing whatever it is you believe you should be doing, then those excuses and sometimes downright lies that you're telling yourself that others around you may be telling you. Oh, girl, you're too old. Or you should what? Who's gonna watch you on YouTube? Who's gonna watch you on TikTok? Girl, that's for the kids. That's for no, no. I can show you a number of people over 50, over 60, over 70 who are doing well as content creators, doing well, running businesses, writing books, speaking, public speaking, getting brand deals. All that stuff is not off limits to quote unquote older people. It's not. No one has said that. Maybe your friends are saying that. Maybe somebody in your family is saying that. Maybe you are saying that, but that doesn't make it true. Okay. So I just wanted to share that and offer some encouragement to my fellow Gen Xers, to baby boomers out there, to really anybody, especially if you're being held back by age and you're telling yourself you're too old. Please stop it. Absolutely stop it. And especially when it comes to content creation, because the important point a number of you are missing who think that and who say that, when you get to be a certain age, and I'm not saying this is always the case, but typically when you get to be a certain age, you have some more experience. You have some more life experience. Hopefully you have some wisdom, not just education, not just information. You have some wisdom that you can bestow upon others. And those others, who often are younger, millennials, Gen Zs, they're hungry for that. They want that. They want, because all of them haven't had good parents. All of them haven't had good guardians. Some of them have had, unfortunately, just as some of us. I mean, I can't say that. I I grew up in a great home, two parents, and you don't have to grow up, you don't have to have two parents to have a great home. I just happen to have two parents, and I am glad that I had two parents. But everybody hasn't had that. And so you don't know who you are not blessing and who is not benefiting from you because you have just decided you're too old, and you've decided, maybe because you don't like to dance and because you don't consider yourself funny, although some of you are funny and you don't know you're funny, or you're funny not even trying to be funny, so there's that. But some of you have just decided you don't really have anything to offer other than going to a job every day, and a lot of times a job you don't like, being a mom, being a dad, doing everything that comes with that every day, same thing, day in, day out. Occasionally do something you enjoy, and that's kind of it. But is that really what's meant for you? For I know the plans I have for you. Y'all better read Jeremiah 29:11, and maybe reread it and marinate on it. That was not just for Jeremiah. So there you go. And if you need more support with this, if you're like, okay, Rachel, this was cool. I get you. I see, but it's still tough. I can't watch this video 24/7. I still have these thoughts, or I have this one over here constantly telling me this, that one telling me. I understand. I got you. So I do have something for you. And I love this phrase. I came up with this phrase, but it is also the title of my new kind of a course, but not exactly a course. It's more of an experience. It's a bundle essentially. It's the Shut Up and Be Successful bundle. Yes, shut up and be successful, because sometimes it's not just others who you need to shut up and stop listening to. Sometimes it's you. So you might need to tell you to shut up so you can be successful. So you can stop getting in your own way. All right. So the Shut Up and Be Successful bundle will be available in a couple of weeks. Oh my goodness, y'all. My husband's coming in, so our dog is going crazy. But it will be available in a couple of weeks. It's March right now. So check the link in the description, because if it's prior to, I believe, March 25th, you can pre-order it and you can get it on with the pre-order deal, all right, which is really kind of crazy. I mean, essentially for less than what you typically pay for gas to fill up your gas tank. I mean, it's 37 bucks, all right? It's not going to stay 37 bucks, believe me. So this is pre-launch. So depending on when you see this, now it could be 2 months from now, it could be a year from now. So I don't get mad if it's no longer 37 bucks. But if you are seeing it prior to, like I said, around March 25th, I have to double check the launch date, then don't you dare miss this and miss getting it at that launch price, because this is going to hold you accountable, help hold you accountable. And it really dives deeper into more of these excuses and these lies that we allow to hold us back, that we tell ourselves, that others tell us. I addressed a few of them in this video. I'm too old. I don't have enough time. I'm an introvert. That's another big one. Oh, that's a big one. And I know, I understand. I'm like a recovering introvert, as I like to say, because I'm still kind of an introvert, but not as bad or not as big of one as I once was, but still an introvert. But you have to still move and operate even in your introversion. So some of you just use that as a crutch, like you can't do anything, you can't go anywhere, you can't talk to people. So Shut Up and Be Successful gets into that. It gets into a number of other things that hold people back and offers real actionable strategies to overcome that. So 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, you are not still on the sidelines watching other people do the things that you want to do and either complaining about it, being mad about it, wondering why it hasn't happened for you when you haven't taken nary the action, hardly any of the action that they've taken. I don't want that for you. All right. So check out the link. It should be in the description. If for some reason it's not, I don't know why it should be there. But feel free to drop something in the comments and just ask for the link to Shut Up and Be Successful, or you can put SUBS in the comments. So, all right. Let me see. I'm just checking, see if there are any questions or anything. I don't see any. Hopefully, I'm not overlooking anything. All right, guys. Make sure, if you have not already subscribed, I invite you to do so. Really going to be stepping up videos and live streams in particular. You can also check me out over on TikTok. I'm there under swag strategist. I'm on Instagram. Instagram finally unrestricted my main account over there. That's another long story. Not over there as much, but occasionally. So you can find me on Instagram at Rachel.theswagstrategist. Rachel.theswagstrategist. Again, this will probably be in the description, but in case it's not, just all right. Until next time, take care and take some action.